Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening. My name is Sabelle. I'll be your facilitator for this evening's Central Florida Consortium of CFCPSC private school counselors. We have some amazing presentations going on, amazing colleges and universities here to tell you a little bit about themselves. I do want to remind you, though, of just a few little housekeeping items before we do get started, okay? Now, first and foremost, before I even read anything on the slide, I do want to make sure you understand that this is just a little bit of an appetizer, right? So make sure you're paying attention, you're asking all those good questions, and you're digging deep into these universities and colleges to see which one is the right fit for you. Now, some other housekeeping items here to take into account during this virtual college fair. This is a webinar style format. So what that means is you are muted and your video is turned off. So that means that the panelists cannot see or hear you. But you're probably wondering, well, Sabelle, how do I ask my questions? I have a lot of them and I want to ask all of them. And that's fine. We want you to ask those questions. You're actually going to ask them in the Q&A. So if you look at your little Zoom toolbar, you will see towards the middle an icon that looks like two Q&A bubbles, and it will be where you go ahead and press it and go ahead and type in your questions to the presenters at any time. Now, I stress at any time, okay? So we do not have a live Q&A happening at the end, so the presenters will be answering your questions all throughout the presentation. So please make sure not to wait until the last minute at the end. With that said, the presenters may have some awesome information to share with you through the chat. So check the chat once in a while. You may find some contact information. You also may find, some links and things that they want you to check out. So definitely check the chat as well. But all of your questions will go ahead and go in the Q&A. Also, sign up for more sessions. This is part 1 of the Central Florida Consortium. So part 2 is, I believe, tomorrow. So go ahead and check out the list of college presentations, check out the schedule on the website to go ahead and sign up for part 2 tomorrow. And last but certainly not least, maybe you have a family member that missed out on tonight, or a friend that wants to check out these schools as well, or maybe you just want to relive the fun. Well, you can do all of that because a recording will be available. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Central Florida. Now, without further ado, I'd love to get started. Our first institution up for tonight's session will be the University of Tampa.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Hopefully you guys are able to hear me. I'm going to share my screen here with you all. My name is Julia Lafon. I'm the admissions counselor at the University of Tampa. I mainly overlook the Tampa Bay area, pretty much Tampa to Naples, and then all of Orlando and Central Florida. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to, again, add them in the chat box. So just hopping right into campus, the University of Tampa is a medium-sized private and independent university located right in the heart of downtown Tampa, aka Tampa Bay. Yes, we were dubbed recently with our wins from the second previous Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And of course, we do have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are the back-to-back Stanley Cup championships winners. So it's really awesome to be in this town. I was born and raised here as well. So and I did go to UT. I graduated December of 2019, and I'm super happy to be here representing the school. So just UT itself is an urban environment with that campus feel. We have no major city streets running through the middle of campus, and we are connected again to downtown. We are separated by the Hillsborough River, but it takes our students about 10 minutes to walk right into downtown to kind of check out the different shops, restaurants, and there's a lot of job and internship opportunities down there as well for them. Recently, we were ranked the safest college campus in the state of Florida. We're currently number 19 in the nation. So it's definitely something to kind of consider if you are moving far away from home. As of right now, we are also considered a medium-sized institution. We have about 9,800 students on our campus. Hopping into academics, we do have a 1:17 faculty to student ratio. So you do get that one-on-one personal time with your professors if needed. All of our professors are required to have office hours at the end of each week. So you can go and kind of chat, ask questions about anything throughout the week or throughout your curriculum that you just kind of want to get a little bit more information on. The average class size at UT is about 22 students. You're not going to be in a massive auditorium with 500 people in your math class. It's kind of not how we roll. It's not our style at UT. We really do want to create an environment for our students to set them up for success And we believe that small class sizes do help with that. Only 4% of our classes have a couple 40 or more students. Those are going to be more of like your gen ed bio or your gen ed chemistry classes. Unfortunately, those are all of the classes that all of our students do have to take before they graduate from UT. But once you get more into your major courses, those are going to be a little bit more smaller class sizes. And 90% of our faculty do have a PhD or terminal degree in their field, meaning they are the experts and they do know what they're doing. So we like to say UT represents students from Massachusetts to Madagascar. We represent 132 countries from around the world and all 50 states. 70% of our students are out of state, 20% are in state, and the rest 10% are international students. So we do have about 200 different majors and areas of study that we offer at the University of Tampa. I'm not going to list and read this list to you guys right now. You guys are able to see it for yourself, but nursing is one of our more popular majors now. Within this past year, it's definitely increasing in popularity. We're currently one of the top nursing schools in the state of Florida. We've had 100% pass rate on the NCLEX exam. The past 6 of 7 years, we've had the program at UT, and we're connected to Tampa General Hospital, which is one of the best hospitals in the United States if you're interested in nursing. But again, we have 200 other awesome majors for you guys to get involved with. So if you're applying to UT, all that you'll need is an official high school transcript, which comes from your high school guidance counselor. We do not accept student submitted transcripts because your generation's good at Photoshop. Yes, we laugh about it, but I've seen it. So have your high school guidance counselor send in your transcripts. You'll need an essay and a letter of recommendation. You'll also be able to send in an application through Common App, the UT application, or the Coalition application. If you're an incoming transfer, you'll just need your collegiate transcripts and an AA degree. If you didn't get an AA degree, we'll just need your final high school transcripts. So we highly recommend applying early to the University of Tampa. If you want to take a screenshot of this page, here are our application deadlines. Currently, we are in the regular decision time period. So if you apply in between now or January 16th and March 1st, you'll hear from us on April 1st. Normally, again, for my juniors who are listening in, apply early, kind of at the middle of the first semester of senior year. Some of our students are able to apply before then, but feel free to touch base with us if you have any questions about the application process. So when it comes down to the total cost for the University of Tampa, it does come out to about $43,000 with all of the fees and loans or grants and loans and things like that. The average financial aid package is about $18,000. We do offer a variety of merit scholarships for our students. This is based off of unweighted GPAs when the students apply to UT. We have departmental scholarships. We do accept different federal grants and loans as well. We do accept Florida Prepaid and Florida Bright Futures too. And for our Florida students, they would also get the Florida Ease grant as well. And of course, graduation is obviously the goal. 95% of our students do report achieving their post-grad goals 6 months after graduating from the University of Tampa. Again, I can contest to this, having graduated just a few years back, being an admissions counselor and a grad student at UT. So it's definitely been a lot of fun. So thank you all so much for listening to this conversation and coming tonight. For my juniors who are interested in applying to UT, please feel free to touch base with me. I've added my email here, and I look forward to working with you all in the future. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of Tampa, please put it in the Q&A. All right, next up we have Drexel University.
Thank you so much, and hello to everybody. Thank you for having me on tonight. My name is Maggie Ho. I am one of the undergraduate admissions counselors here at Drexel University. A little fun fact about me is that I had the privilege of studying here for 5 years on the 3 co-op program. I graduated 2020, so I really loved my experience. That's why I decided to be a full-time admissions counselor. A little bit about Drexel. We are located within Philadelphia in about a 2-mile radius. You can expect 40,000 college students in town. However, in Philadelphia as an entire city, there are about 250,000 college students. Our university in numbers, we're close to 15,000 undergraduate students. This makes us a medium-sized institution. However, it doesn't always feel that large because some portion of our students is always off campus doing their co-op, which I will touch on in a little bit. We offer over 80 undergraduate majors. And though we are a fairly large university, we offer resources such as the student-faculty ratio and our median class sizes being only 19 students to keep it small and more intimate. All of the 80 undergraduate majors will fall into one of these academic units or schools. We also offer something called accelerated programming. So if you know you want to pursue your bachelor's, but also maybe go to grad school one day, we also offer that. Some students will complete their master's within 4 or 5 years here, or go to school here for 4 years and then tack on an additional year to do their MBA. Now, there's so many opportunities at our university to become a well-rounded individual outside of academics and even outside of the co-op program. This is a funny slide that I really love, and we mean it in the best way possible. And we want you to go away and see the world. We have a phenomenal study abroad program where you can take classes abroad, co-op and work for a company abroad, or do a short-term study abroad on top of a class. So if you're interested in study abroad, we definitely have a really robust program. We also are really into research because we are an R1 research institution. We have the highest level of funding for our size, and students can get started in research as early as the first year. You don't have to be a STEM major to participate in research. You can be any major and still be part of the programming, and you can do that throughout your undergraduate or even your graduate time. But my favorite thing about the university is, of course, our co-op program where the work auditions for you. Co-op stands for cooperative education, where essentially you basically get to try out a career or industry of your choice, and sometimes the state or country of your choice before committing long-term. I worked in 3 different co-ops, and I really got to figure out what type of work environment I wanted to be in, what type of manager I want, how far away from home I plan on being after college. And by the time I got my first job out of college, I was really happy with my decisions. Now, the co-op program falls within a 4 or 5 year cycle or plan. We are a quarter system school, meaning we are not on semesters with 15, 16 weeks, rather 10 to 11 weeks. Don't let this startle you. I know it's a little scary thinking about that up front, but we don't squeeze in a semester's worth of classes and material into 10 weeks. However, all of our classes are shaped exactly for the quarter system. Dependent on whether you want to do a 4-year or 5-year plan, there's no tuition cost difference because you're not paying for tuition while you are on co-op, which is a really big deal. And you could potentially be making money while you are on co-op. You don't have to decide right now when you do the application. Of course, we ask you for your preference, but you have pretty much your entire first year to change your mind. Moving on to touch on student life and our campus, we have over 300 student organizations, everything from honor societies, Greek life, intramural sports, all the way to club and D1 level sports. And we also have the performing arts. So you don't have to give up anything that you're doing in high school right now. When you go to college, you can continue on with that craft. We're an incredibly accessible campus and city to live in. It's a fantastic place to meet new people, go sightseeing, and just enjoy all that Philadelphia has to offer. If you're a student in Philadelphia, you actually get to go to the museums for free or at a subsidized rate, which is a really fun fact I like to share. Our application process is very simple. However, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into each one of these bullet points. However, I want to point out that we are still test optional for this upcoming fall. These directions can also be found on our website. One big component of our financial aid and merit scholarship package is that every student that applies to the university automatically gets considered for a merit-based scholarship, which is a really big deal. Besides that, if you take anything away from today, make sure you fill out your CSS profile so we can consider you for institution need-based aid. And with that, thank you so much for giving me your time. My name is Maggie. Again, if you need me, my email's on the screen, but you can also contact our admissions email and enroll at drexel.edu. Thank you, everybody.
The Q&A. All right, next up we have Nova Southeastern University.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So I'll get right into it. So Nova Southeastern University, we're a private selective research university in sunny South Florida. Just to go right into the numbers, we are a mid-sized institution with about 6,300 undergraduate students. Our average class size is 17. There are no TAs at NSU, so all your classes are taught by professors and lecturers. And our freshman students even get right into research, even in their very first year at NSU, as we are a research-heavy school. Campus is extremely diverse. We have alums from all 50 states and over 115 different countries. So definitely a small school, but you definitely get to meet a wide range of people during your undergraduate career at NSU. You also get dedicated academic and career coach for all 4 years. So your edge advisor here serves as your academic planner, so helping you plan out your courses, how to double major, triple minor. But they also help you with things like practical things like your cover letters and resume, what to do for your interviews, and they're major specific. So, depending on if you're an arts major or if you are a biology major, your edge advisor would be different to make sure to cater to your needs. NSU has a variety of premier programs for students to choose from, one of which is the Fakar Honors College. I mentioned earlier that our average class size is 17. In the Honors College, class size dropped down to 8 to 10. Classes are taught in Socratic method, so you're actually learning from your peers as well as your professor in that class. We also have a Razor's Edge Scholars Program, which is a 4-year residential program combining academic and curricular interests that comes with a scholarship. There are 5 tracks: global research, leadership, Shark Talent, and Shark Teach. With the exception of Shark Teach, the other tracks do not require you to be a specific major. So you could be a finance major who have been a dancer all your life, and you could be in the Shark Talent program earning that Razor's Edge scholarship. We also have over 30 graduate and professional degrees out of our over 80 who offer a dual admission for high school seniors who know that they are going to enter in a career where they need that PhD or the doctorate degree, and they want to reserve a seat in one of NSU's graduate professional program while earning their bachelor's degree. And then, of course, for students who want to work in the education system, we also have a 3+1 accelerated bachelor's and master's in education program, combining your academic. And then there's guaranteed job placement in South Florida School District if you want to stay in sunny South Florida. If you like the 3+1 model, we also have one for our business interest majors. It's a jam-packed program. So in that 4 years, you'll get your bachelor's, your MBA. You'll also have done an internship and started a startup business on our campus in our Shark Tank cage area. If you want to take that startup business off campus after graduation, you can actually pitch the idea back to NSU and earn up to $20,000 in startup funds. How a third of our undergraduate students stay on campus. Here is a look at some of our freshman options. So the Leo Goodwin Senior Residence Hall, Commons Residence Hall, and then of course the Cultural Living Center, which are apartment style dorm. You can see from the graphics that you're never sharing a bathroom with more than 2 other people, so no community bathroom. We also have a partnership with the Davie Police Department. So in addition to our public safety officers, we also have Davie Police who comes and patrols our campus. Every student who is admitted to NSU is immediately considered for the Dean Scholarship with their original application, and that scholarship ranges from $10,000 to $20,000. You find out immediately along with your admission to NSU. I mentioned the Razor's Edge program, Fischler, Huizenga Business Innovation Academy also have different scholarship options as well attached to the programs. For Florida residents specifically, we also take Breakthrough Tourism prepaid and the East Grant for students who are attending a private school. Estimated cost and tuition for this school year was $34,500. Average room and board was about $11,200. Here is a look at our freshman class profile. Our incoming class is about 1,720. incoming freshmen. Here are the mid-range test scores. Our student population, 58% do come from the state of Florida, and then about 36% comes from out of state, and 6% are international students. That is the end of my talk. Definitely keep in touch. I am the admissions counselor for the Orlando area, so definitely take a picture of the screenshot. That's my email as well as my work cell phone number. So I know you all like to text, so you can definitely text me at that number as well. You can also book an appointment with me after today if you want to know more about NSU.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Nova Southeastern University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have High Point University.
Awesome. Thank you, Sybil. And hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let me share my screen here. And unfortunately, I'm not enjoying the beautiful Florida weather right now. I am in North Carolina, so it's a little bit more winter and cold, but we're coming around to spring, and I'll actually be in Florida this weekend, so I can't complain. All right, guys, so hopefully you have heard about High Point University. We are a private liberal arts institution located in High Point, North Carolina. It's right in the center of the state, right near Winston-Salem or Greensboro, if you know where those are. And here at High Point, guys, one really cool thing that I do want to share with you is our motto statement. We guarantee that every single student who attends HPU is going to have an extraordinary education and an inspiring environment with caring people. And that's just a couple of ways that I'm going to show you how we deliver on that promise today. First being kind of our academic model. Of course, if you attend university, you're going for the academics, that's a given. And we have a lot of great schools in this lineup just here this evening that you guys have an opportunity to hear from. But here at High Point, we go beyond the academics, and we have a heavy focus on experiential learning, as well as career and professional development within the life skills. And then beyond that, we want to model values and build character too. So first and foremost, extraordinary education. We have a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio. So we are a smaller school, only being about 5,000 students, and we are a very residential campus. Every single one of our classes are taught by 100% full-time faculty. There's no TAs teaching classes. So it really gives you an opportunity to have that kind of more in-depth discussion-based type conversations across all classes on campus. We do have a 4-year graduation guarantee. So as long as you follow the curriculum and stay on track, we'll get you in and out in 4 years. And we have a really cool opportunity in our communication and business leadership kind of area with a tuition-free master's program exclusive to HPU undergrads. So if you are able to come to High Point and you love it that much, you stay for a 5th year, you can complete our CBL program and walk away with a master's. That was completely free for you. Beyond that, we have tons of majors and minors, just like all of the other schools you're going to hear from. And undeclared is actually our top major here on campus. We, being a liberal arts education, are very holistic. So we want to make sure you kind of get exposure to a little bit of everything. So when it comes time to lock in a major, you are 100% confident and you've been exposed to that area, that career field, and you know that's what you want to do for long term. A few ways we do that, and specifically if you are completely undeclared, or even if you kind of have an idea of where you want to go, we have a great network of processes and support here on campus that are going to help you, again, navigate to make sure you're making the most confident decision moving forward. Everything from peer mentors, you have a really cool support system in your success coach. It's like a first-year mentor, kind of like an academic advisor, but they go beyond. They're going to get you adjusted to the college lifestyle, not only academically, but socially too. And then you do a series of assessments, make sure you have research opportunities, experiential learning, like I mentioned, to kind of dive in to that area you're interested in. Beyond that, or speaking of experiential learning, every single one of our classes has an experiential component to it. About 25% of what you're going to do in every class is going to be hands-on in some form, whether that's listening to guest speakers, doing internship opportunities in and outside of the classroom on a regular basis. We also have a lot of cool industry leaders that will come to campus. We have a network called our Innovators in Residence, one of them being the man pictured here that you see on your screen. This is Byron Pitts. He was ABC Nightline's main anchor or host for a number of years, and he will come to campus once a semester to work with our students specifically in broadcasting and journalism. But we also have people like Mark Randolph, who works with our entrepreneurship students, and he co-founded Netflix, as well as Steve Wozniak, who's the co-founder of Apple, the brains behind the computer, who were both just recently on campus for our scholarship weekends just a few weeks ago. So definitely some awesome folks in those career fields that are here to mentor our students throughout your 4 years on campus. One really cool thing about High Point that I love to share with students is part of those life skills that we want to instill in you. Those life skills are those non-tangibles that employers are going to look for past your graduation when it's time to go into the career field. So for instance, in this photo, we have actually a fine dining restaurant, now 2 fine dining restaurants on campus that teach you proper dining etiquette. Now, if you're going to a business meeting or a really fancy dinner, or maybe just want to impress maybe a family member or one of your friends, we'll actually teach you fine dining etiquette at this specific photographed steakhouse or one of our new Mediterranean restaurants. But it's free. It's on your meal plan. You can eat there once a week, which is really cool. But beyond that, it's teaching you those life skills that are going to pay off down the road for you. We also have a lot of fun beyond academics. We are a Division I school in 16 of our sports in men's and women's. So there's an opportunity for athletes to kind of continue that love and passion for some of those specific sports if you want to do that. Beyond that, if you maybe don't want to compete or are not ready to be recruited or just want to kind of dive into something new, we have almost 200 clubs on campus. I think it's just over 200 over this year. And that ranges everything from student government to best buddies, big brothers, big sisters, all the way to hacky sack and bass fishing, if that's something you're interested in. So a lot of great ways to get involved. We also have Greek life on campus, sororities and fraternities for you. And we have intramural and club level sports. So again, athletes, if you don't necessarily want to play on the D1 level, you have options to kind of dive in beyond that. And we are a Methodist founded university, so we do offer religious services, and we have different groups like Hillel and beyond on campus if that's something you want to get involved in. Now, we are coming to the end of our admissions cycle here, but starting next year, applications will go live in the fall on the Common App exclusively. Here are some of those deadlines for you, but I want to encourage you guys, if you are interested in High Point, I'm your go-to, your point of contact for Florida. I'm a native Floridian, so I love working with students from that area. And if you have questions, guys, we're going to skip this slide really quickly. I want you to take down my email and phone number. Feel free to bother me anytime. I'm happy to work with you. And hopefully you'll put some of those questions you have in the chat for me, and hopefully we'll see you on campus soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for High Point University, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Florida State University.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Alrighty. Well, I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. My name is Andrea Flores. I am an admissions counselor with Florida State University. I'm also the Central Florida Regional Recruiter. So I actually live and work out of Orlando. I am available to you all year round for any questions that you might have, any support that you might need throughout the application process. So hopefully tonight will be a quick little intro, and then we'll be able to talk a little bit more in the future. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Florida State is a very large public institution. We are located up in Tallahassee, Florida. We are currently ranked number 19 best colleges by US News and World Reports. And while a variety of factors play into us being able to achieve that ranking, 2 that I kind of want to highlight for you tonight are going to be both our retention rate as well as our student to faculty ratio. So currently our retention rate is at a 95%. Basically what that means is that students come to FSU and they stay at FSU. There are a ton of resources available to help your student in every aspect of their entire lives, whether that be academic support through tutoring and advising, whether that be professional support, career development support, or that really important social and emotional support that they'll need throughout that transition into college. And then of course, throughout the 4 years that they are up with us in Tallahassee. In addition to that, we do boast a 21-to-1 student to faculty ratio for a school with over 32,000 undergraduate students. That is something that we are very, very proud of. But of course, being at a school this size is going to give you lots of options, right? So lots and lots of different things to choose from at Florida State. We offer 18 different residence halls on our campus. We are a largely residential campus for freshmen, but it is not a requirement. So freshmen do not have to live on campus. About 80% of them do choose to, so it is a very popular option. All of our residence halls are suite style, meaning that you will share a room with one person and then the 2 of you will share your room. your bathroom, I'm sorry, with the people next door. So they are all that same layout. Some are a little bit older, some are a little bit newer, but they are all exactly that same layout. We also offer 28 different dining locations on campus. So we have 2 traditional kind of dining hall style buffets that serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week. And then we also have, fan favorites like Chick-fil-A and Starbucks and all of that good stuff. In addition to that, we do have over 750 different clubs and organizations, literally something for everybody on our campus, everything from intramural sports to leadership organizations, multicultural organizations. We have fun stuff like the ice cream club and the Quidditch team, which is pretty cool. But lots and lots of options to really find kind of your circle and your people at Florida State. We do have 276 different academic and professional degree programs at Florida State. Again, options, right? The QR code on your screen will get you to a really cool website called our Academic Program Guide. This website will give you an A to Z list of every single one of the majors that we offer. You'll be able to click on each of those majors, see a full program description, course offerings, a sample schedule. It's a really great way to kind of get an idea for what it would be like to study that specific major at our specific institution. So definitely check that out. Of course, the first step in coming to Tallahassee and joining us up at Florida State is going to be to apply. The application process really starts at the beginning of senior year. So we open up our applications towards the beginning of August. Seniors would then have until our priority deadline to start applying. We accept the Common App, we accept the Coalition App. We also have our own institutional application on our website. Again, lots of options for you guys there. We don't have any preference on which application you choose. We just ask that you only select one. So don't, apply using each one of those different platforms. Just select what's going to be most efficient for you and utilize that platform. I also want to say that we, again, are a very large institution. And so there's lots and lots of ways at Florida State's campus to really shrink down the size of the university and make it feel a little bit smaller. 2 of those ways are on the screen. These are 2 special programs that we offer to students. The first is going to be our honors program. I threw the link up there, honors.fsu.edu, if you wanted to visit the website for some more information. But of course, that is a great way to kind of have honors only sections of classes, much smaller class sizes there. There's honors only dorms on campus. So you're able to have a residence hall with other honors students. And then lots of other benefits to being part of the honors college. That is also open to all 276 of our majors, so it is not major specific. And then the second program I'd like to highlight is our CARE program. CARE is a program that we have to support our first generation college students. So if you're the first in your family to go to college, this is a program that's really going to help you throughout the application process. And then of course, throughout the 4 years at Florida State. care.fsu.edu, the link is on the screen. Definitely check that out. It's going to be, it's a really, really great program. So if that applies to you, I would definitely recommend applying. Lots and lots of people ask us what it takes to get into FSU, what we look for in the application. We do a holistic review of your application. And basically all that means is that no one thing is going to guarantee you admission into the university. So that's a really, really big piece. We look at a variety of different factors. We kind of look at the student as a whole. Academics are obviously an important part of that, right? We're going to look at your performance. We're going to look at the rigor of your curriculum. How difficult are the classes that you're taking? Are you taking advantage of the courses, the more advanced courses that your school has to offer? And then we do consider test scores in that as well. But then we have 2 kind of more subjective pieces, and that's going to be your essay and your resume. These are optional pieces, but I highly, highly recommend that you are submitting them. This is really a great way to kind of let us know who you are, let us know how you're going to fit into our university family, and then just kind of let us know who you are outside of the classroom. Our priority deadline this year was November 1st. We just finished releasing over 40,000 decisions for the class of 2022. So we were really, really excited about that. For any juniors on the call, I'm not sure if the priority deadline will be November 1st, but it will be right around there. You just want to make sure that you are keeping an eye on our admissions website. That's going to be the most up-to-date information. With that being said, we do recommend applying to that priority deadline. So if you are interested in honors or care or any of the special programs that we offer at FSU, we definitely want you to apply to that priority deadline. We have scholarships available. I'm going to go ahead and skip through this. Come see us if you can. Visit.fsu.edu will get you to our in-person campus tour registration. There are also a ton of virtual programming things on that site as well. And then I will throw up my contact information. It is towards the bottom of the screen. So our general admissions website, as well as our admissions email, is up there as well. And then again, you can feel free to contact me with any questions that you may have. Thank you all so much.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Florida State University, please put them in the Q&A. Now, my presenters and panelists, if you all can join me via video, that would be great. I have a question for you all. Dun, dun, dun. We have an amazing question on the screen here. I know a lot of our audience is probably wondering, you know, coming from you all as experts, what advice would you give someone going through that college search process? And we're just going to go in presentation order. So the University of Tampa, you are first.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think my best piece of advice for someone going through this process, one would be aware of deadlines. Deadlines are super, super important. Two, actually go to visit the campus. You'd be surprised at how many people apply and don't actually visit the campus. And number three, touch base with your admissions counselor. Communication is key when it comes to these kind of processes. It's incredibly important to just keep in touch with everybody, just to make sure you don't miss anything.
Awesome. Thank you. Drexel University.
Thank you. I think I have two. One, try to keep an open mind. You don't know what it would feel like or how the experience will be until you actually, again, go see the campus and talk to the students and the professors. So try to keep an open mind. If you can do a virtual session similar to like this, if you can't visit somewhere like Philadelphia, that's also a great option. And two, very rarely do students actually realize they're talking to the person that is reading their application. So take advantage of that and talk to your counselor, share your story, be honest with them. They're there to be a resource to you and they're there to help you. We're not looking for things to deny you for. We're looking for every reason, every opportunity to get you to your right fit school, right? So reach out to your admissions counselors because we're here to support you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Nova Southeastern University.
Hi, just echoing Maggie and Julia, definitely visit campus if you get the opportunity. I think a lot of times students and families as well know if it's the right fit for them. Once they set foot on campus, go through the tour, talk to the students. And the other thing too, you know, college can be an investment, right? So definitely look at where, you know, the programs and the offerings, how it can set you up for success long-term, you know, where it can lead you if you're going to be a doctor or if you're going to be a lawyer or whatever it may be, what are the opportunities there at that school that can set you up for success is a really key thing to look at.
Awesome advice so far. High Point University, what would you add?
Ditto to all of the above, but I did want to add, you know, can be a very daunting and stressful process. So be sure to take a breath and give yourself some grace. You guys have been through a lot as students in high school, going through a pandemic, and it has thrown you a lot of curveballs. And when you have a moment where you're kind of getting overwhelmed, you have a lot of options, which is really great, but you're not going to fit in everywhere, and that's okay. And not every single school will maybe admit you, but that doesn't mean that you're not a very capable, wonderful student. Just know that this is kind of natural and part of the process, and it should be fun, and enjoy as much of it as you absolutely can.
Awesome. Some reassuring words there. Florida State University.
I think one of the biggest things to keep in mind too is that you are looking at schools and you are touring schools and visiting schools that you want to go to, and not that your friends are going to or that your parents want you to go to. I know your parents obviously have a say in it because they're probably funding your education, but definitely make sure, you know, that you are going to a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel accepted, and you feel like you're going to be able to excel. Because as much as academics is a really important piece of college, like there's just so much personal growth that happens in those 4 years. And so you really want to be happy with the decision that you're making.
I love it. Awesome. I have, I believe, one more question. What is one thing you want students to remember about your school? Now, University of Tampa, you're first. I'm putting you on the spot there, only giving you a few seconds, but
You didn't give
I'm sure
me much
there's
time to think. I think for UT, it really is just the opportunity that Tampa offers itself. Tampa is one of the fastest growing cities in the nation right now, and we have a lot of pull. The weather, obviously, but just the location of the University of Tampa is killer. And again, I can't really explain it too well. You guys are just going to have to come and visit for yourself.
All right, awesome. Drexel University.
I am going to be that person and say our co-op program. It has incredibly changed my life, all of my peers, and I don't know where I would be without the program. To be able to experience a career that you might want to pursue and gain insight on the environment and easing any anxieties of, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life, or even just like the first couple of years out of college, has been such a helpful thing. And I hope that it would be beneficial to any of you students that are looking to come to Drexel and gain that experience.
I love it. Thank you so much. Nova Southeastern University.
So I would say the personal touch. You know, our VP, Dr. Williams, you know, he knows students. So if he interviews you for the presidential scholarship and he sees you on campus, he will stop you. So, you know, from our leadership team to admissions counsel like myself, like everyone knows you. So if you want to go to a school where you're known and you have people you can rely on, that's NSU's thing.
Awesome. Thank you. High Point University.
I wish we had more than just 6 minutes to talk about this, but High Point does such a great job preparing our students within those life skills, like I very briefly mentioned, but it's going to prepare you in those non-tangibles that statistically employers are looking for. So when you're thinking long-term, like some of these lovely ladies mentioned, past, you know, graduation for that success in your life, you're going to need all those skills, and they're really applicable to any area of study, no matter what you find is your passion. And High Point does that very, very well.
Awesome. Thank you. And Florida State University.
I think for us, one of the biggest things I want you guys to remember is that we are a very, very large school. And at times it can be very daunting to think about being one of over 40,000 students. But FSU has a ton of ways to make our very large university feel small, especially in your first year as a freshman. And so we talked about two of those through the Honors College and through our CARE program. But we also have things like freshman interest groups and living learning communities, and really great ways to kind of shrink down that size and really be able to find like your smaller family within the larger university family.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. And I mean, you know, my audience here, my attendees, you heard it from the best. You heard it from the experts, right? So again, like I said in the beginning, this is, you know, just an appetizer, right? So please take what these panelists, you know, took the time. I know only 6 minutes, but took the time to explain to you a little bit about their university, and run with it and do your research and see what's the best fit for you. But ultimately, thank you for doing the first step, which is to show up here and joining us. My panelists and presenters, thank you so much as well for being here. Remember, you all, before you head out, you're going to, after you close out the window, get a very quick 5-question survey. The words "very quick" are on the screen for a reason, so please give us some feedback. That would be awesome. Sign up for more sessions. There are more sessions happening in this consortium tomorrow, so there is a part 2. So go ahead and go to the website, and you are more than welcome to sign up for more of these college presentations. And remember, if you would like to relive the fun with us that we had this evening, a recording will be available at strivescan.com/Central Florida. Thank you all again so much, and I hope you have a great night. Bye, everybody.